It's Tracey and Noelle. They're gonna make you LOL on 90 Day Fiance Trash Talk.
Hello and welcome to 90 Day Fiance Trash Talk. This is episode 174. I am your host, comedian Tracey Carnazzo, joined by my co-host, comedian Noelle W. Herzog.
Hi, Tracey.
Noelle.
Yeah.
Last week's episode 173. We had a fan, Kelly, message us and say, What was that noise on 90 Day Trash Talk, episode 173 at 18:20? What was that sound? Noelle.
In capitals.
Right. And I'm like, what's wrong with these people? They always have like a problem. Everyone has a problem with this. Noelle. I went back to listen because I also get nervous. I'm like, oh my God, what did I do? Did I do something wrong?
I also got nervous. Like, did my internet go out?
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Noelle, what was that sound?
It sounded like a baby.
It sounded like a baby crying. Okay. Right. So I said, oh my God, maybe I was stifling like a burp or a hiccup.
Right.
And then I'm like, no, we are both talking at the same time. And then I'm like, oh, it was probably because Chico was in your room, right?
Yeah.
It sounded like also like a dog yawning when they make that noise.
Right.
And I'm like, no, it was into the microphone.
Because at first I'm like, is it one of the babies upstairs? And I'm like, they're nowhere near close enough to this microphone.
I mean, they would have to be in the microphone.
Right.
Because the thing about our microphones is that our microphones like don't really pick up background noise.
Right. Like countless times my dogs are like barking all the way. You don't even hear them.
You could hear a little bit, but you're not going to hear it clear. Like sometimes when we record, you'll be like, oh, can you hear the TV? Matt has the TV on. And it's like, no.
Right.
Not at all.
Yeah.
And this is, I mean, it sounded like there was a ghost baby crying into the microphone.
It was so great. We text each other. We're like, what the hell was that?
What was that? So, guys, if you want to hear the devil infiltrate, it's at the 18:20 mark on episode 173. Anyway, we're here to talk about 90 Day Fiance season 9, episode 6. If you want to hear more of our amazing banter, go to patreon.com/trash talk podcast for our other podcast, Unexpected Trash Talk, and lots of episodes of our bonus podcast, BS, where there's just tons of banter between me and Noelle. It's very lovely.
So much. This week, we couldn't even stop talking to each other. We were together all week, and BS was jam-packed of us talking at each other. Jam-packed.
You're going to really enjoy it. Patreon.com/trash talk podcast. Let's get into season 9, episode 6, 90 Day Fiance. So many people are like, I don't like this season. And it's like, listen, we don't like this season either, but we're here to trash talk it.
Just get through it with us, and then we'll move on to the next season once it's over.
Right. But I mean, it is for trash talk.
Listen, I don't like any of these people. TLC is doing this purposely. They don't want you to love the cast. They want you to hate it. They want you to love to hate it. So you'll keep watching and you'll stir online and you'll talk about it. Stir. I like to stir.
So let's start off.
Yeah.
With Bilal and Shaida.
Okay.
Are you disturbed at all? No, you're good.
I mean, I'm a little disturbed. I don't like either of them.
No. I equally don't like either of them.
Yes.
Equally don't like either of them.
Thank you. I feel the same way.
Yes. Okay. So they have 84 days to wed. So this is day 6.
Right.
And she said that there's no way she'll marry him if he doesn't want kids. This definitely should have been a more in-depth discussion.
You applied for a K-1 visa and came to another country.
Yeah.
Already.
She said that he's very uptight. You didn't know that. This is my other problem.
Yeah.
Although he did play some pranks, he didn't hide like who he was.
Right. He's never been silly.
Right. Like he's not down to earth.
Yes.
So that's where I'm like, so they can't be late for Juma. And it's Friday.
Right.
So they're going to go to the masjid.
Right.
That's the temple. And they're going to pray for Juma. Now, she's wearing a blazer.
And
I'm just so happy about it because this is the color of the season. This is my color of the season. I'm really adapting to this color, and we're going to see splashes of it all over my wardrobe.
There's splash of it in my wardrobe.
Yeah, that's because it's our color of the season. I've decided.
I know she can't just do something one-sided.
No,
it's got to be both of us.
Listen, if I'm going to wear something, you have to buy it too, and we have to both wear it. I'm sorry.
I mean, we went ring shopping together the other day.
Sorry, Noelle. We all have
Yeah.
to buy the same thing.
Yeah.
So she's wearing this beautiful, beautiful neon blazer. It's a neon yellow green, if you will.
Yeah.
I love it.
It looks like she could direct traffic.
It looks like she could direct traffic or be a fashionista.
Yeah. Listen, I like it. I like her look. I think she's very pretty.
I think she's super pretty. I think
Mhm.
she has nice style too.
Yes.
So the community at his temple, Mashid,
Right.
is it's his family. It's a family to him.
Right. He grew up in this.
Okay.
Is it a temple?
I'm calling it a temple, but it's called the Mashid.
But I'm saying like this is where he grew up. It's the same
Right.
people he's
This
grown
is his
up with.
his
mom
religious
goes there.
community.
Right.
So she wants to really get along with his ex. And I was loving this conversation.
Me too.
She was like, I'm nervous to meet his ex because I just
Mhm.
really want everyone to get along. And it's like, this is like the big happy family stuff that I love when people, it's like, okay, so you're not jealous of her. She's not jealous of you. You guys are not going to fight. You're not like, oh, I hate your ex-wife. You're like, oh my God, I hope she likes me. Beautiful.
Right. I hope we get along. I hope we could be like ladies who lunch together.
Yes. And I
Yeah.
really, really like that because she's not looking for, quote, toxical problems.
Interesting way to say it, but sure. Neither am I.
I don't want toxical problems either.
Me
So
neither.
he said that he can relate. He knows exactly how she's feeling because he met her family when he went to go visit her.
He's basically made it seem like, well, how do you think I feel? I met your family first. It's like, what? Did you meet her ex-husband?
Everything is
Kids?
everything is about him.
Everything is tit for tat too. It's
Right,
so annoying.
but it's all about him.
Mhm.
So he starts teasing her. He's like, oh yeah, you're going to meet my ex-wife. You have a booger.
Okay, right. You have a green booger. That was
Uh-huh.
funny. That's silly.
Very funny. And she playfully like
Mhm.
smacks him in the head.
I don't like it.
And he says, keep your hands to yourself and watch your tone. What didn't you like about the first smack?
I don't hit anybody.
Oh, no. I understand that. But like, you can agree with me that that was a playful, silly.
It was playful, but,
Mhm.
and I'm not saying he's great because he's not. He's trying to set a boundary now. I don't like it.
Sure. So he
So
says,
don't
keep
do it
your hands
again.
to yourself and watch your tone. And she hits him again. So now she keeps doing it. So now it's like, okay, I understand that like it was a little bit, she was taken aback about his reaction to the
And
first
he was
little,
overreacting,
he
right?
was super overreacting. And
Mhm.
he was definitely trying to, quote, put her in her place
Yes.
for sure. But if I tell you not to touch me
But that's what I'm saying.
and you keep touching me,
Right.
oh, this is not great.
Tables were turned. He playfully taps her. She goes, stop. He keeps doing it. The world would explode.
No.
People would flip out.
I'm upset about, like I
Yes.
said, I'm upset about both of them.
Me too. I don't like the way he reacted because it's like also like stop trying to be like the boss. It's very stop lecturing her. It's very annoying.
He is showing her, listen, just like he said in episode 1 or 2, he's like, you could be living on the corner.
Right. And I don't like that. But also shy to stop.
Stop.
Yeah.
Stop. If someone tells you that they're uncomfortable with something, you just stop.
Right. It doesn't matter if it was a playful tap. He didn't like it.
Right.
Yes.
So he pulls to the shoulder of the highway. Now this is like, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is too much.
This is too much. Yeah.
And now he gets back on the road. He pulls into a school and he won't tell her where he's going.
Right.
This
And
is
he's
a
gonna-
problem.
Well, I mean, I guess he's just being a dick though. Now he's just being,
Right. So he asks if she's violent. Now, this is what I'm saying. Like, this is going, he's like,
right,
are
yeah,
you
she's
violent?
Violent because she snuffed you.
And he said that she wasn't playing.
Okay. See, that's stupid.
That's what I'm saying. Like this,
Mhm.
now it's like, okay, now I don't like you again.
Well, he takes it too far.
He takes it all the way
Mhm.
far. So she looks like she's crying in the confessional.
Yes.
And he goes to pick up his kids, but he won't tell her where they're going.
right. But also, like, get over it. You're in the car together. What do you think you're doing?
I know, but like, stop trying to like almost like scare her.
Yeah, but I feel like right, and that's how you break people down, and that's how you abuse them. I
Exactly.
totally get that, but also like, stop. Just go home. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like both of you go home.
So they go to the service and he
Right.
basically abandons her and pretends that he doesn't know her.
Okay. I hate that. This
He
is
won't-
where he lost me.
He won't introduce her to anyone.
Mhm.
He's talking to all of his, co-churchers.
She's in a foreign country. She
Mhm.
doesn't know anybody there. You can't
She's
introduce
in
her.
the
Be mad
forest.
at her at home.
Yes.
Mhm.
And then she meets the ex-wife
Right.
and it seems fine.
It was regular.
It was very regular. I
Mhm.
think it's a good thing that the ex-wife left him and got remarried
Yeah, me too. Mhm.
because it's like, oh, okay, cool. Everything's
And she
cool.
has a small daughter.
And she has a little kid
Yes.
that he seemed like he was like familiar with.
Yeah, I love that.
And it's like, if
Mhm.
anyone's going to be uncomfortable meeting anyone, it's going to be him and her husband.
Absolutely.
And it's like,
Yes.
okay, perfect. And he
No,
seems
his
like,
ex-wife is very nice.
yeah. And I don't think that he would be, he seems like he accepts it. Like, it's like, oh, it makes me sad,
Yes.
but like, it doesn't make him angry.
No, he doesn't seem angry. He seems like he respects everyone involved.
Right. So
That's
that's what I
fine.
liked. But she said that he lectures her. And that's true.
He does lecture her. That's annoying. That's where you would lose me.
Yes. So
Mhm.
she's home doing some yoga to relax, and it's 2 hours later. And he's like, I know that you're dressed for a date, but we're not going anywhere.
But he said he didn't feel like going anywhere.
Yeah, because he was about to wreck. He was about to crash into.
Yeah, he was gonna wreck the car.
Oh my God.
Mhm.
And
Uh-huh.
he said that she hit him pretty hard.
Okay, get a life.
So she
Get a
starts
life.
crying and talking about how he made her feel awful.
Mhm.
And he said that the best made her feel awful at the service.
Yes.
And he was like, well, the best thing to do is for me to be silent. And then he basically forces her into an apology.
And he's like, well, as long as it's genuine, I forgive you.
Oh,
It's like, so it's like, I do get where they're both coming from. He sucks. I'm never defending him, but also like, just try to stop hitting him. Like, you stop.
wow.
I don't like that she was like, earlier on when she was like, can I have the coffee like in the other room? He's like, you can drink the coffee in any room you want. And a lot of people were saying like, oh, she's so scared of him. She's afraid to have the coffee anywhere.
No, I
It's
think
like-
she was just asking
And
because
it's like, I don't think
he's
she's so
particular.
scared of him. Yeah.
No, I think
Yeah.
that was just kind of like, hey, I know that like you don't like
You're
eating on
very
the couch.
particular.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I think she was kind of actually being respectful.
Me too. Right.
Yeah. Well, now a word from our sponsor, BetterHelp. Noelle, I think they're both kind of burnt out.
Absolutely.
What do you think burnout means to you, Noelle?
Burnout means to me that I'm overworked.
Yeah.
I
Sometimes it's working
cannot
too
sleep.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not taking enough time for yourself. And I feel burnt out sometimes. So do you. Because life can be super overwhelming and many people are burned out without even knowing it. Symptoms can include lack of motivation, irritability, fatigue, and more. And we associate burnout with work, but that's not the only cause. Any of our roles in life can lead to us feeling burnt out. We do so many things all the time, especially like in the city, you know?
And especially for other people more so than
Yes.
ourselves.
BetterHelp Online Therapy wants to remind you to prioritize yourself. Talking with someone can help you figure out what's causing stress in your life. I love using BetterHelp, and I love going to therapy in general because
You have always been a big therapy advocate.
I like therapy, but I also didn't like when I was going to therapy and I had to go somewhere.
Right. Or I had to sit in a waiting room with someone.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
Yeah.
just very awkward to me. I hated, you take 1 hour out of your week to go to therapy, but then you also have to factor in driving there, parking,
And
waiting.
then it's almost like I don't want to go.
Exactly. BetterHelp is customized online therapy that offers video, phone, and even live chat sessions with your therapist. So you don't have to see anyone on camera if you don't want to. It is much more affordable than in-person therapy, and you could be matched with a therapist in under 48 hours. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/fiance. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/fiance.
All right.
All right, let's talk about Jabri and Miona. Can,
But why? Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. Say it.
no, you go.
I was going to say, why did this couple annoy me the least
Mhm.
now? I thought
Okay.
that they would drive me insane, and I like her.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say. I
Yeah.
like her. I don't like him.
He is very annoying. He tries so hard
He's
to
a
be extra.
baby.
He's a baby, but he's a lot more likable than Bilal is.
Yes, for
You
sure.
know?
But he's
Oh,
a child.
yeah.
He's a big fat baby. That's what he is.
He's a BFB.
Yep. So
Mhm.
this is a few weeks later, right? And
Right.
his parents are super strict. And now she's like, he's out doing music. she's trying to make it like he's on tour. He's probably at like band practice.
Yeah, he probably went to Sam Ash for the day.
He had to get a
went
new guitar
shopping.
pick.
Right.
He's like, I need a cord for my synthesizer.
Right. Like, what is he doing? Yeah, he's on tour.
And his mom comes into the bedroom and is asking about her missing her family.
Right.
And they're kind of like having a normal conversation.
Just regular.
And she's like, oh, let me show you how to use the washer dryer. Okay, so
Mhm.
this is backstory on this. I don't know if you know, but I'm one of the producers of the show.
Uh-huh.
They were like, hey, you're going to fight about her clothes. That's the theme of this
Yes.
entire season with you guys.
Yes.
So we're going to pretend that you're teaching her how to do laundry, and she's going to take all of her stripper clothes. Like
Mhm.
that's what she's been wearing all weeks.
right.
all
You've
these
never
weeks.
seen these clothes. You live with her.
Right. But or maybe she brought some stripper laundry from.
I guess because it's like now you have something to say. Say it when she's wearing it. Also, her nipples
Oh
are the
my
hardest
God.
things I've ever seen.
I'm like, I bet you she's wearing fake nipples.
It's probably so cold in that basement. I
It's
guess.
definitely
Oh.
the coldest basement you've ever been in.
Yes.
It's the dead of winter. So she's showing her how to use the washer dryer, and she kind of says like, oh, they're kind of like fake to me,
Right.
whatever. So she's
But
washing.
also, she's saying that you could set your own temperature in Serbia.
Oh yeah, I guess
on the
so.
washing
Like their
machine?
washer have like you could set the actual temperature
love
of the
that
water.
for
I know.
me.
Too. Let's go to Serbia.
Okay.
So she's washing all her stripper clothes. Now,
Right.
here's the thing. I'm not like, I don't mean that in a derogatory way. It's just like she's washing club clothes.
Right. It's like, but is that what you're making your Alfredo in club clothes?
Are you microwaving your steam fresh garden? What's it called? Green Giant?
Green
What happened,
Giant,
Noelle?
yeah. Something like went into my eye and I don't
Yeah.
know what that was.
I
don't,
know.
it seemed like a fruit fly, but I feel like an eyelash just fell off. I don't know.
Oh,
They're not
no.
even fake. I don't know.
You should have glued them
What's
on
happening?
stronger. I use nail glue for mine.
Oh, good.
So her mom was like, that. So she's washing the. Sorry, I'm back.
No,
Washing
it's
the
okay.
stripper. That no one like her lives there.
Okay. What does that mean?
Meaning like no one that dresses like in a leopard crop top lives there. And she
Does
goes,
anyone that wears a pink tuxedo live there besides Jabri?
yeah. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, she's like, that's kind of why we wanted to move, because we want to like just be. I think that's a regular thing for her to say.
So do I. Mhm.
Okay. And then his mom loses me
Mhm.
all the way and says that
Okay.
she seems smart, but basically her shirt is a distraction.
His mom's a bitch.
I do not like her
Me too.
so much.
Me too. You're being a bitch. And you know what? It's because you're jealous of her hot little
Yes.
bod and you don't want her walking
Yeah.
around your man like that.
Yes.
Sorry.
She said that she has to dress conservatively around Ryan.
Right. Mhm.
Yes.
Okay.
She said that. And so I like that she says like, I'll think about it.
I know. She's not like, okay.
Oh,
Mhm.
Noelle. Okay,
Yeah,
so now
she loses me. Her
so
the mom.
but also nothing happens.
No, of course. And obviously nobody's nasty to each other
Sure.
here. They're just trying to make
But-
something happen. Yeah.
His mom comes home and talks to him on the porch.
He's
And
bad.
He's big, but that's what I'm saying. Like he's a baby so much.
I really like the pink hair though.
Oh God.
I do
Looks
like
he has
it.
eyeshadow in his hair.
I like
so
it.
he's so mad. And he said that Miona doesn't feel comfortable because his mom went through her laundry.
Okay, that's not what happened though.
And his mom said that Miona is not being upfront. It's like, why are we trying to create a problem?
Now, right now, because now the mom's basically saying like, well, she's fake.
Right. And now he jumps on the bandwagon and starts complaining about her to his mom.
Right. And then he's like, you got me all twisted up, mom. And it's
He
like,
said
wait,
his mom is
what?
doing kung fu on him, on his mind. So, I got to tell you, he's
Yeah.
a nasty little boy. He is his
Yeah.
mother's son.
Yes.
And then his mom goes, oh, why? Because she's pretty or shows her breasts.
Yeah. I don't like it.
She's
I don't like
a
anything about this.
judgmental,
Uh-huh.
mean.
Well, that's
mean
the problem.
lady.
The mother is very judgmental, and that's what I don't like.
Super judgy. We're moving on to Binyam and Ariella.
Okay. It's just so lame.
Did you notice that she has a new tattooed forearm?
No.
Her left forearm is like totally like sleeved from the elbow down.
I have to tell you, for who paid for that, I would like to know.
Where people
her
sure do have a lot of
outfit
money for tattoos and
choices.
cigarettes. What?
Always her outfit choices, like what's wrong with her?
I think that his style is rubbing off on her because he slept with a headband on.
He gets very hot at night.
So he slept with a headband that's squeezing his brain.
He
Which
had to
explains
keep the
a lot.
sweat from going down.
I don't even think it was a sweatband. It was just like some kind of headband.
I know. I don't know. They're a weird couple.
So she made him some American coffee. It was pretty funny because you don't
It's water.
realize. I know, because you don't realize like really what we drink compared to like other countries is so crazy.
My mother and I went for Turkish coffee a few
Oh.
times. I was like, I'll die. I will die. I could run a marathon now.
It is so intense.
I drink Folgers.
You drink the crystals.
But that's what I'm saying. I drink the crystals. Like, I can't fuck with I'll do it. But I can't do
Okay.
it all the time.
I used to work at a Greek restaurant and we actually used to make like it's Turkish coffee, really.
Yeah, it's so good though.
And I
Yeah.
used to drink it all day long and I would feel like I had to go to the hospital immediately.
Your arms would be like numb.
Yes. And it's like your heart's racing and you're like, am I having a heart attack? And then you're like, I don't care. I'm strong enough to survive a heart attack.
It's so true though.
It's such a crazy thing. And she even said, she's like, yeah, this is regular coffee. That doesn't make you feel like you're going to die.
I think it was Courtney and Chloe Take Miami. Chloe becomes obsessed with Cuban coffee and goes out in the middle of the night to look for it. Like she gets like hooked on it. It's very funny.
It's a very addictive drug.
So good. This is what people are into.
Oh God, it's so funny. So her parents, she's like, yeah, so by the way, I know that you just woke up and we just got off the plane and you didn't sleep for 24 hours before that. We have to pay for this apartment now.
Right.
And we both don't have jobs. And he's like, yeah, maybe we should get in a 1-bedroom. And she's like, no, my mom didn't want us to do that.
Okay. She's never had a job in her life, clearly. He can't work. He's in the US.
Right.
You knew this.
You knew this. So she said that she handles the money. Okay. So that means that her dad hands the money to her mom. Her mom hands the money to her. And then she puts it in her hand. Right.
And Binyam's fighting money goes to her, I guess. His bongo money.
His butt bongo money.
His butt bongo money goes to her.
He's like, yeah, he gives it to her. He hands it right over. He's like, this is for the left cheek. This is for the right cheek.
But then her parents paid for their house in Ethiopia.
Yes, that is correct.
She's acting like, oh no, like they've always taken care of themselves or something. I don't know.
Always taking care of themselves. So the way I took notes on this was like I almost I didn't know where I was. So I had to like I was taking notes about Binyam and Ariella under my Jabri page. Like, so I have all these asterisks. It's almost like I'm singing in a chorus. Yeah. And I have to like follow all the music and there's a lot of codas.
See, the problem with me is I did this at night while I was laying in bed and I wrote like Bilal under Binyam and Ariella, like together in one paragraph. So I'm just having trouble separating.
Oh, good. Me
so
too. All right.
Good.
So
okay.
He wants to be an MMA fighter.
Right. Isn't that what he was doing? I thought in Ethiopia he was saying.
He was MMA fighting. He was a music producer. He was a rapper. He was a personal trainer.
Pirate.
He was a butt bongoer. He was everything.
He was a butt pirate.
He was a butt pirate?
I said a butt bongo pirate. I like Binyam though. I don't know why.
It's probably his muscles. I think that's mostly.
Oh no, but not that way. I just feel like genuinely he seems like a pretty nice guy.
No, he seems super nice. He seems a little out to lunch.
Out there. Yeah.
So
and Avi's getting big.
Yes, that is like a child now. That's not a baby.
Yeah.
Why do they look so dirty?
They've always looked dirty though.
She looks filthy. It's like, I understand that like you're gonna go out now. You couldn't take just like a shower.
No.
So
she wears camouflage shorts and like an Ethiopian top, I guess.
I don't know what's going on with her.
Yeah.
So she's driving her mom's car, obviously. And they have Avi in the car. Shouldn't he be facing the back? Like, I'm not a good parent.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
But like, I think that's the.
Still, when you're that age,
no, I put you in the car seat facing the back. Yeah.
Every time, a little fun fact, a little asterisk about Tracey. Anytime we go anywhere, she asks me if I want to get in the cart, or she'll tell me to get in the cart. Like,
you want to get in the cart?
And she especially does it in front of like a hot guy. She's like, get in the cart. You want to get in the cart? Literally.
I know, and
since she's like 16 though, like this is not new.
But it is nice of me because I bring that thing, the little padded thing that goes in the where like your legs don't chafe. Because you remember that time when I was pushing around and your legs were chafing.
I know. I was chafing like
and
crazy.
then it also protects the cart from your diaper.
This one time Olivia put me in and I got in the cart. I couldn't get out. I had so much trouble getting the security guard at Aldi's had to get me out. It was very embarrassing.
Did you get your 25 cents back for the cart, or did you?
I did. Did
you lose your deposit?
No, I didn't lose my deposit. Shout out to Sheldon. That was his name.
Oh, thank you, Sheldon, for saving my baby.
Uh-huh.
So they're going to Princeton. It's a very fancy little town, and she looks worse than ever.
She doesn't look well.
He barely moves her lips or mouth.
Right, but also, where is the money for that coming from?
Where's the money for okay, it is so expensive to get filler and Botox. It's so expensive.
That's why I don't have Botox.
And I got to tell you, I know where she goes. I know the exact place she goes, and it's very expensive.
But that's what I mean. Like, this is why I can't afford Botox. No, I know it's not great.
It looks like she got in an accident
where she
it looks like
anymore.
someone put her facing front in the back seat in her car seat.
Someone stroked her.
It's not good. So she's telling him, so he's like, don't worry, I'll buy you a house. And she's like, these houses are $1 million. And it's like,
all houses are $1 million, friend, in New York.
Right. In New York and New Jersey. Yeah. It's like, that's kind of like not
right. Those houses are a lot more than $1 million.
A lot more.
Yeah.
Okay. So now it's the second day and they're going to go to New York City and they're going to take the train there.
Right.
So this is in the dead of the summer. So this must have been last summer.
So that's exactly what I was going to ask you.
Yeah.
Because he's in like a tank top.
Yeah. Like
when the hell was this film?
This was last summer.
Okay.
So they go to Penn Station, then they take the subway. And I love that he's like, oh, I know about New York from the internet. Watch me be a Showtime dancer on the subway. I'm like, oh my God, he would be he's so strong.
Yeah, he is.
He would be a great and then he does butt bongos.
Okay, he does do the butt bongos.
They should have put in a K1 visa for his ex so that he could have butt bongoed on the subway.
A work visa.
A work visa.
Yeah. The thing is, I love when people come and visit New York for the first time.
And they like it.
There is something so magical about watching that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's like a little kid. He's so excited.
I like that too. So she shows him water fountains. He's very excited about the water fountain.
It gets very hot there.
Okay. I was thinking about, do you remember being little and being like in the playground and drinking from a water fountain?
Yes.
The rusty taste of that water.
Yeah, listen, there's nothing like it.
It's delicious.
Yeah, I would go to Charles Park now and do it.
And just take a little sip.
Just a little lick.
And then I was thinking this, when we were little, do you remember? I mean, I'm assuming that your school was the same, right?
Yeah.
We would like have a water fountain break.
Yes.
And everyone would line up and just like suck on the water fountain.
Yes.
Like, that is such a health hazard.
Oh my God. But I remember I would shoot it clearly. You're going to shoot it into your mouth.
Listen, I would too, but like some people aren't doing. Also, like
it
was just such a cesspool.
Right. That's the thing, though. You're right. We would line up like 30 kids.
Yes.
For this. Yeah. And try being a Winters. I'm like at the end.
Oh, you had everyone's saliva.
Right. At least you're a C.
It's not great. Listen, Noelle, something that you know about me. You think that I was not first online every single time?
I know you were.
Yeah.
I know you were.
Yeah, of course I was. Come on.
Yeah.
Let's get real. Mm-hmm. So he said that he didn't drink from a water fountain. He used to drink from the river. And it's like,
I don't think that's good. You have amoeba in you.
Honestly, you definitely have amoeba in your Catholic school water fountain too. So
yes, that's true.
He wants to live in New York City. And she goes, quote, we don't even have jobs. And she said that she really never paid rent or a bill because she spent most of her life her adult life living abroad.
So you never paid. You didn't have to pay abroad. It's free.
What a dumb broad.
But that's you have to, everywhere else in the world is not free?
No. The reason that you've never paid rent or a bill is because your parents have paid it.
Yeah.
It's not because you lived in Spain. Also, didn't you marry that other guy and bring him to America?
Yes.
Come on, man.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So now they get in a fight and I don't know why.
Okay. She's angry that he wants to live in New York, I guess. Because she's like,
said,
my
like,
parents
this is
got
so
us
cool.
this great place. But I thought you wanted him to like New York.
What do you do? What are you
Yeah, I don't know.
talking
She's
about?
angry and he tells her to calm down, which is
Oh
a
my
trigger for
God.
me too. I get that. But I don't know. She's mad all the time. She doesn't like
She's just-
him. That's why.
She doesn't like him. She's mad about her not being able to move her mouth. I mean, that must be frustrating.
Right. And she's also mad because it's like if she would have came there just with Avi, her parents would have paid for her forever.
And she would have just lived in their
Yeah.
apartment or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Moving on to Patrick and Thais. What's
Okay.
the problem? What is that for?
All of this. All of
Okay.
it. It's her too. I do not like her.
Oh, okay. I don't really mind her that much.
It's everyone.
Okay, but she screams when she sees the house because she's like, yes.
Jackpot.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Noelle, the dog.
Okay. I want this dog.
I would like this exact dog. I want him to come home with me.
Is it going to get bigger?
I think it's a Pomeranian. It's like a baby.
Oh my God. It's so little. It's so little.
It's a little puff.
It's a little derp. It's so
love it.
cute.
So now they're going to pop bottles to celebrate. And John has to put the TV on loud because they're going to be taking a shower.
He reminds me of someone I know.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
So they say like, oh, we're going to go inside. You better put the TV loud. And the dog cries.
I know, but like, why do you have to do that?
Because this is what they do on the show a lot, too.
It's very nice. The house looks very nice. Looks like a nice
the house looks nice, but it looks very scarce.
Right. Okay.
It looks
Yeah.
like it's definitely like a new construction. Like there's no character to it either.
No, and there's nothing there's nothing personal.
No, it's just like
Yeah.
you know what it looks like? It looks like a model home.
Doesn't look like two bachelors live there.
They probably moved in like the day before they started filming,
Probably, yeah.
I'm telling you. So they wake up.
Mhm.
She's in full makeup.
Yeah.
And John is playing video games and Patrick starts making breakfast and John's having his morning beers.
John is on a bender. It's his day off. He's just
Thank
stayed
you.
up drinking all night.
He is on a bender. He's so nasty. He starts mocking her accent.
Yeah, but she's also a bitch too. He knows that she doesn't like him.
Yeah, but he's also mocking. Like, come on.
Right. He's a child. That's
He is
the
a
problem.
child.
Mhm.
So so they're gonna have eggs, but he's like, oh, I'm gonna have a steak too. I'll split the steak with you guys. He smokes the steak. He smokes her out. He's trying to kill her.
He is. She's like dying from CO2.
Noelle, this has happened to
Yeah,
us before.
I know. Tracy, I will never forget that day.
Yeah. I was
Yeah,
Noelle
smoke
and I
inhalation.
we were recording and there was someone that was here in the studio making some kind of steak or
Burger.
hamburger and just he smoked us out while we were recording and we
My
almost
eyes,
died.
I was tearing. I had tears coming down my face.
I like him as much as I like John.
Okay. Wow. So you really don't like John.
I don't like him. So then
Okay.
he's wasted. John is wasted all the way.
Yeah.
And he drops the steak on the floor. And he's like, we're going to still eat it. And she's like, oh, no, thank you. And he's like, we're going to eat it because there's starving children. And then Patrick's like, yeah, she knows about starving children. She's from Brazil. And he goes,
Shut up, Patrick.
but that's what I'm saying. Like, they're all offensive.
Yeah. Shut up, all of you. Right.
And then he goes, so therefore you're going to eat it.
Right.
And it's like, he's just drunk.
Well, that's the thing. That's why I think I got irritated by everyone because it's like, treat him like a drunk. He's just
Yes.
drunk. He's stupid.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Thank you. Treat him
Yes.
like a drunk. It's like, get
Treat
away
him
from
like
me,
a drunk.
John. Don't talk
Yeah.
to me, John.
Stop taking him so seriously. He's drunk.
Yes. So now they're going to be going out and she's wearing the same thing that she woke up in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really
sure.
nice
She woke
outfit.
up. But it's also like, that's what she didn't wake
No,
up.
I know.
So they're going to get ready. They're going to mini golf. And she says that John was rude to her.
She was rude to him too.
And John said that he tells Patrick that he needs his own interpreter because he doesn't trust Patrick to interpret. It's like, stop.
The thing is, John doesn't want her moving in. She doesn't want to live with John. And it's just a butting heads.
Guess what? John should probably move out though.
No, I don't think he has to move out. It's his house.
But Patrick is causing this.
Okay.
Is it his house? But is it
this.
his house?
He has lived there for 5 years with his brother. They said that they lived together for 5 years. She could just come in and tell him to leave. No, you can't.
Do you think they lived in that particular house for
No,
5 years?
maybe they lived in a different place.
Yeah.
Maybe they actually moved into a bigger place because she was
right.
coming. Yeah.
All right.
I
so,
just feel like he should figure it out on his own. I don't think she should be able to be like, get out and he has to leave. That's my problem.
okay. So now proof that John is on a bender.
Yeah.
Now it's nighttime and they're going mini golfing. And now he's crying in the confessional.
Yes. I mean, this guy is a drinker. He reminds me of like my dad. He reminds me of my dad. He reminds me of my male best friend. I know
every
this guy.
alcoholic. No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't even hate him. He's just drunk.
He's just drunk. But that's what bothers me.
He's like a career alcoholic, though.
How can you take someone seriously when they're that drunk? They don't know what the hell they're saying. They really don't. I know it's like hold people accountable all the time. When someone's that drunk, they usually don't know what they're saying.
You're taking him. It's not even that. It's
you're
like
taking him so seriously.
You're taking him. Stop taking him so seriously. Be like, shut up, John. Get away from me.
But that's what I mean. You could say anything you want to, because also he's not going to remember.
Thank you.
If
I
would
agree with
treat
that.
him, I would be like, here, look, eat this old thing in the fridge. Let me watch. Here, fetch. You know what I mean? I treat him like Chico. Fetch.
I feel like, you know what? I don't actually want steak, but I want to watch you eat the steak.
Right. That's what I mean.
Smear it on the floor a little bit more extra.
I want you to put all the Tabasco sauce on it too while you do it. You know, like play with him.
Yes, but you're absolutely right. So he's crying in the confessional and he's talking to Patrick. He's out of control.
I don't even know what the hell he's saying.
I don't know, but now Patrick's crying and it's like, are you drunk too? Or are you on steroids now?
I think Patrick's trying to say like, oh, they came from a house that like wasn't unconditional love. It wasn't a loving house, so that he can't let people in. No, John's just drunk. Listen,
just drunk. Can I just tell? All right, let's just erase everything that we said. All right, so we're gonna talk about Patrick and Thais now.
Okay.
John's really drunk.
John's drunk and everyone's dumb.
That's it. That's
yeah.
To sum it up, and then John later on, they actually they didn't. I got the director's cut, so I had all these extra deleted scenes. John goes, he has to take a pee test. And a breathalyzer. And John
fails.
In a surprising turn of events, John tests positive for alcohol.
No way.
Yeah, he
Whatever
didn't even know.
They do.
He didn't even know he was drinking.
Wow. It's just, you know what? Positive. I bet. Why don't you wait for him to be sober to see how well you guys get along?
I don't know if there's a wait. See, that's the problem. Maybe there is no wait for him to be sober. Maybe this is John.
How I would be like, let's build him a room in the basement.
Yes. Okay. You know? Also, right. Like your son.
Build him a guest house.
Now, do you think that production was like, hey, John,
want a beer?
You want a 24 pack?
Yes.
John, it's Saturday morning.
Why don't you turn up Super Mario Brothers?
John, we got you an extra controller.
We got you an Xbox.
We got you an Xbox. You want a 24 pack? It's Natty Light. Yum, yum, yum.
Natty Light. You know what? I like that couch though. There's a certain texture of couch that I like, and that's the texture.
Okay, we're gonna get you this couch.
Yes.
All right, moving on to nothing.
The last two are nothing.
Okay, Muhammad and Eve. It's the next day.
This is where 90 Day is not consistent.
This is great. So it's the next day, and she hired a plumber to install the bidet that is from Amazon. Then all you have to do is take off the toilet seat and screw it back on. They're not a plumbing job.
To figure that out.
Noelle, a plumber.
Yeah.
A plumber.
I like that she's like, I have some parts for you.
I have some parts.
Like he doesn't
in a box. He's like, and he goes, I brought parts too. No one needed parts. I could have done this for you guys.
So why didn't they call it, like you said, TaskRabbit? That's who you should be calling, not a plumber.
Muhammad, just do it.
No, he can't.
Oh God. So he also really creeps me out. He whispers
I don't
very
like
weird.
Him. I don't like it.
He's like, you can't have a plumber. Yeah. I don't like when you're with the plumber.
You can't be alone with the
plumber. I'm going to teach you the rules. And she's like, oh, maybe I'll make a list. He goes, if that's the best way that you learn, then I think you should make a list.
Okay. Here's the thing. I don't want to be this person. I don't like that I'm this person. I need a little more masculine energy. I
what
just
do. You mean? You don't like when
It's not about the voice either. It's his energy.
But Mom, Eve, I don't like when you're with boys that aren't me.
Right.
No,
That's the guy you want to blow your back out. You know?
I am very sad now.
Mm-hmm.
Eve.
Mommy Eve.
I just want to cheese on my eggs. He's like Stuart. He's like, look what I could do.
He is Stuart. Yes.
Stuart from Mad TV. Best sketch ever. That's who he is.
That will make me laugh forever. I like her son. I wish we would see more of her son.
Thank you.
He's the sweetest little boy. Yep.
So
he's the only one I like to watch for.
When he said last week, he's like, he's so cute.
Oh my God. And then he puts his arm around him.
Yeah,
I'm
it was
like,
very
I
cute.
want to meet you.
Yeah. Here's the man that's going to now care for you. Oh, great.
Yes.
Great. Yeah, everything's fine. You know, I got to tell you, I've never heard of one of those stories go wrong.
No, never.
Like, you brought a young man from another country to take care of your disabled son?
I actually know of a story that didn't go well.
Oh, really? That's surprising.
Yeah, I know.
All right, moving on to Cara and Guillermo.
Talk about a woman being unlikable, huh?
Oh, and I gotta say, I think he's very likable.
I like him.
Yeah. So they're 3 days in, and they're gonna meet Hillary and Cooper. Speaking of unlikable,
they're gonna meet Bitch and Cooper.
So wow, Noelle, tell me how you really feel. So she's like, yeah, they're gonna interrogate him. Are you trying to get everyone to be mean to him?
Yes.
Okay.
She wants him.
Excited.
It's almost, she loves it because it's almost like she wants
it's about
to be
her.
Like, the mom that takes care of him. Everybody scares you. I'm going to take care of you.
She's super excited. So Hillary's like, how old are you? 23? She's like, at 23, I was a disaster. And he's like, yeah, I could tell that. I'm actually not. I've been working for a very long time and I take care of my family.
I love that. I love that. He's like, I am not a disaster.
And she's like, I was. And he's like, no, I know. I can see you
are.
with my,
yeah,
with my eyes.
You still are. You don't look great.
So he said that he doesn't like when Cara drinks too much because she blacks out every time she drinks.
Hook her up with John.
Oh my God. They would live for 1 to 2 days. She always tells him that she'll change. And he's like, yeah, that's great. But I have a limit. And she said that, he said that she threw his clothes out the window. Oh, and also she doesn't ever want to leave a bar.
Okay, but also like her friend is like defending her.
Yeah, her friend's like, yeah, well, she blacks out because it's her favorite.
Likes to live.
She loves blacking out.
She's
blacking
very
out's her
friendly.
favorite. Yeah, she's very friendly. That's why she slept with all your friends.
Yeah, that's why she has a balloon company. She likes the balloon.
That's what she. Have you ever seen her shove all those balloons in that little car? That's how she lives her life. So she threw his clothes out the window because he was texting the Canadian girl. But here's the thing, and I'm reading between the lines here. I don't think he was texting the Canadian girl while they were together. I think that she looked at his old text from the Canadian girl and he had used some of the same lines on the Canadian girl. And that's why she threw his. It's like, shut up. He's 23. How many lines do you think he has?
That makes actually so much more sense, though.
Because she didn't even say that he was cheating. She just said that.
Right.
Because he told the other girl about the moon too. Shut up, Cara. You're blacked out. He can't really put too much effort into this.
Also, she's like, how much alcohol is in there? They're like 6.5%.
She's like, ooh.
When the hell has anyone ever done that?
Yeah.
Do you think someone would come up to me in Applebee's and be like, how much alcohol is in a Bahama Mama? And I'm like, 14.3%. What? What is that?
She has her chemistry set. She's like a professional alcoholic. She has her little test strips.
Yeah.
For her UTI. She also uses them for alcohol.
She checks her pH.
Yeah. She's like, oh God, my vaginal pH is off. And also this beer is great.
This Bahama Mama's ovulating.
Yum. So they go through each other's phones, but like, he's like, no, I don't really go through her phone. I take her phone and I touch it and I see if she snaps back at me.
I like that.
Yeah, that's funny.
I like that.
Oh God, they're a mess.
I think
they are such
nobody's
a mess.
giving this guy a chance.
No,
that's what I don't like. Nobody's giving him a chance. I think he's really nice. I think she's super annoying and she's trying to be his mom.
Yeah,
that's all.
And he's like, I'm just here.
Just along for the ride.
Yeah,
I'll call the Canadian.
I'll tell her about the moon.
Yeah, really.
I'll tell her about the moon over here in Virginia. Okay, Noelle.
Yeah.
That's it. It's over. The podcast is over. I want you guys to go to patreon.com /trash talk podcast if you want more of us, because you do want more of us. You want all
I know
of
you do.
us.
You want all the stuff.
You want all of
You
us?
want us inside and out.
Oh my God. Patreon.com /trash talk podcast. Follow Noelle at Noe Girl on Instagram and Twitter. Follow the podcast at 90 Day Podcast on Instagram and Twitter. Follow me at Trixie Tuzini on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. And go to TraceyCarnazzo.com for everything show related. Also, just a really quick side note, I'm using Bite to straighten my teeth. I'm doing the night aligners only. And I got a really cool coupon code for you guys. And it's byte.com, BYTE.com. And then you use code Tracy19, but that's also on my website for a $19 impression kit. You can start for $19.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's all.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Bye.